we do this at every one of our stops. We pick the top newcomer and the under-the-radar player for each school. A lot of impressive newcomers. Who stood out to you, Coach?
Amir Abdullah. He's a running back. He wears number 8. He's from Homewood, Alabama. 5'9", 180. He's going to be a tailback, Howard. I wouldn't be surprised if they play him in the slot. But he is special. He's going to be in the game somewhere, but some tailback for sure.
Without a doubt. They have some talented I-backs here. Aaron Green is another guy, but for me, it has to be Jamal Turner. When you look at him playing in the slot, could have an opportunity to see some wildcats and things if he was at the quarterback position, but he's so talented that they have to find a way to get him the football. Again, it's a need, and this has been every stop we've had, I've picked a guy that I felt there was a need to have him on the football field, and I think he's a difference maker.
And not a ton of wide receiver depth, or at least experience depth, was something that we talked about. Jamal Turner can certainly add there. And as you mentioned, this is a guy who is also an experienced quarterback, so he adds an extra dimension there as well. How about your under-the-radar Cornhusker?
Eric Martin. He was a converted defensive end. He was a linebacker last year. He gives him great speed on the edge. He wears number 46. Howard, he's 6'2", 260. He ran mostly with the ones today. He's going to be in the mix. They're going to play a lot of defensive linemen. I think he's going to be more than a role player, but I think the one thing he's going to be able to do is come off the edge. Eric Martin.
Well, you talk about an under-the-radar guy, and we're in Nebraska. You know, I should pick a fullback. I really want to pick a fullback, but I'm not. I'm going to go with Andrew Rodriguez. He's 6'6", 325 pounds. He's going to be their left guard. Very talented young man. This is a guy that's got a very bright future. And when you talk about guys that can be maulers in this league, downhill, he's one of those guys. The defensive tackles are going to have their hands full with him.
You know, there's really not all that much difference between a guard and a fullback, other than the fullback has an eligible number.
And that's a big difference.
That's a big difference.
I mean, you got a chance to get the football?
Well, a fullback carries the ball roughly 1 or 2 more times than a guard.
Once or twice a month.
Once or twice a month.
I'll tell you what, you mentioned young guys on that offensive line, Howard, and they're going to be really good on the offensive line this year, but you look forward a year or two from now, they are really going to be something on that line.